When it comes to creating a new automation project, its structure has a lot to do with its quality. Before you start creating files and folders on top of each other, take some time to create an organized environment that is specific to your needs and project. For example, you can draw a sketch of the things you need to include inside your project, like resource files for keywords and variables, data folders where you can put the files you need for upload or data collection, organization of test cases, and even a dedicated output folder to help you easily find your results. There are a lot of factors that must be taken into consideration, but in most cases, simple automation projects start with a basic pattern. Let's jump into a newly installed and configured Pycharm and let's see what that basic pattern is. If there are terms you will hear but you don't understand, don't worry. They will be clarified in future videos. For this video, it is all about the organization of your work. Now, back to Pycharm, I will create a new project with a simple name. For that, I'm going to choose File, New Project, and I will choose a simple name for my project. In my case, I'll just give it a simple name like Test Project. And as I showed you in the previous video, we can now choose the system interpreter. One thing I did not show you in the last video is what happens if you do not choose this interpreter when you start your project. So are you able to define it later, or how does it work? We'll just click on create for now. I'll say that I want to create the new project inside this window. And now I can see on the top of the page that my test project has been created at the path that I was giving it. Assuming that we don't have yet a system interpreter, what we can do is to go to Settings, Project. I have here the name of my project, so test project, and I can go to System Interpreter. And now I can choose the interpreter I want for my project inside the IDE. Please take into consideration that this has no functional application. It is just to interpret your syntax. So for example, if you have Python 2.x installed on your system or Python 3.8, depending on which one you choose, Pycharm will show you the available packages, the installed packages, but won't necessarily have anything to do with the test execution. So if your default system interpreter is Python 3.8, but you choose in Pycharm to display the syntax with the Python 2, when you actually launch a robot test, that test will be run using Python 3.8. So this is only visual. Okay, now it's time to make some other minor changes to make our project look good. I will click OK. And now, as you can see, I'm at the root of my project. Usually, simple project is composed out of a few directories. So first we have the tests directory. At the same level with the test directory, we can have a resource directory. We could have a data directory, as I said, in order to keep all your necessary files for, I don't know, uploads in test cases, or it can be some files like Excel files from where you can draw your data out. And it would be nice to have a separated output file. Output directory, sorry. So this is the basic structure we are going to use for our first automation projects. In this folder, so the test folder, we will keep the test cases, which can be simple test cases or suite cases. We will learn about test cases and suites of cases later on. In the resource folder, we will keep all the necessary resource files with functions, keywords, and variables. Again, we will learn what those are and how to write them down. In the output folder, we will put all the files that are generated by a robot framework execution. So we will have a log, a report, and an XML. And as I was saying, in the data folder, we will have the data needed for certain actions. That's it for this video about organizing your projects, files, and folders. I will continue my series in the next videos with creating test cases and resource files that we can actually start using in order to create powerful automated tests. Once again, don't forget to subscribe or follow if you think that this course is interesting, and I will see you in the next videos.